rises for improved power supply as acting president launches solar home system.
This solar-powered electronic voting machine is very important because it will help us to have free and fair elections.
Electoral process made easy as National Agency for Science and Engineering Infrastructure develops electronic voting machine. And the federal government raises alarm over Boko Haram strategy to take war to the media space. Welcome to this edition of NTA Network News with me, Muhammad Kudu Abubakar. Acting President Yemi Osinbajo says the Buhari administration will do its best to use renewable energy to meet energy needs of the people, especially those in the rural areas. Acting President stated these while launching the solar home systems in Wuna village, a suburb of the Federal Capital Territory. State House correspondent Jide Onifade reports.
Wuna village in Gwagwalada area council of the FCT typifies rural life in Nigeria. Residents here eke out a living from resources within their environment. But as in other parts of the country, their dreams of breaking forth are dashed by dearth of infrastructure. In Wuna community, power supply and electricity is non-existent. Potable water is a luxury.
We are used to suffering. Some houses they are used to burn because using of candle.
The story of residents of Wuna community is, however, changing with the rehabilitation of the solar energy-driven borehole initiated by the Office of the Vice President. The borehole was built 16 years ago, but was since abandoned. With solar power home systems installed in the community, some of the residents evaluate the impact on their living conditions.
We're there happy. From there, we use inside room, and my children that they feel read the book.
You see, you never spend any money. That is it. The light help us, and we, with our children.
Before they use generator, but as this light come now, we know the user. You just use this light and do many things.
This initiative by the federal government is intended to provide electricity to homes that cannot be serviced by the national grid, especially those in the rural areas. While launching the facilities, Acting President Yemi Osinbajo says government will continue to deploy power from all sources.
We've been talking to the private sector about involving themselves also in this project. We think that as solar power becomes cheaper, and it is becoming cheaper really practically day by day, we'll be able to afford to do even more, to deploy more across the country, especially to those places that are not at the moment served by our grid.
Project, and I hope that they don't allow it to die like we had started the Operation Rural Light of Nigeria, and today we're not really hearing about it. So
I'm sure going forward, when we're considering the budget, efforts along this line will be supported very strongly by the committee.
Nigeria and the UK government entered into an understanding on the promotion of solar energy in 2016. Jide Onifade, NTA News.
Still in the solar power project, the government of Japan is to commence rehabilitation work at the Jeba hydropower station in Niger State this year. Deputy Head of Mission Embassy of Japan in Nigeria, Asaya Otuska, gave the assurance at the inauguration ceremony of the 1.2 megawatts solar power project, funded by the Japan International Cooperation Agency, JICA, in Abuja. Mayor Ogedi has the report.
The government of Japan, through the Japan International Cooperation Agency, JICA, has embarked on over 10 mini-power projects in Nigeria. In August last year, the first phase of 975 kilowatts solar power project was inaugurated at the Lower Osuma Dam in the Federal Capital Territory to provide electricity for the FCT Water Board. Totaling 1.2 megawatts of electricity to the FCT Water Board and its environs. This saves the Water Board over 31 million naira in payment of electricity bills yearly.
The expected annual energy generation will be about 1,496 megawatt hour. The water treatment electricity bill will be reduced by an amount of about 31.5 million naira per year.
Everything foreseeable should be done by the water board to make sure that this facility is kept, in good shape, so that it will take the maximum benefit of its usefulness.
For the Japanese government, more of such are still in the offing.
Start the 4 hydro power generation plant with a loan from Japan.
Also, to build counterparts capacity, especially on maintenance and operation.
Such collaborations, no doubt, cement the diplomatic ties between Nigeria and Japan. Mayor Ogidi, NTA News.
One person alongside a suicide bomber died in the early hours of Tuesday following an attack on a mosque at Dalori Quarters housing estate in Maiduguri. Apart from the 2 deaths, no one was injured in the suicide mission. Maimuna Garba has details.
The attack on Dalori Estate Mosque came less than a week after similar attacks which occurred on Kaleri and Usmanti areas of the metropolis. The attack occurred when Muslims were about to perform the early morning prayer at the estate's only mosque. According to eyewitnesses, the male suicide bomber tried to gain access into the mosque when one of the youths who was on duty for the stop and search at the mosque premises stopped the bomber for identification and proper search, but the bomber detonated the IED strapped to his body, killing himself and a member of the civilian JTF only.
Younger ones in our community guiding the mosque at each of the prayer time. It was his duty this morning to be at the gate of the mosque. So while other worshippers are performing the prayer, I greeted him before entering the mosque, and as I was about sitting down inside the mosque, I just heard the explosion.
They said the civilian JTF that died along with the bomber was a graduate of continuing education from University of Maiduguri and was supposed to collect his call-up later on Tuesday. The police in Maiduguri also confirmed the incident in a press statement made available to newsmen, indicated that the EOD personnel of the command have rendered the area safe and normalcy has returned. With the increasing wave of suicide attacks on places of worship recently, residents and members of civilian JTF are expected to be extra vigilant at all times. From Dalori Quarters Housing Estate, Maiduguri, Maimuna Garba, NTA News.
The Federal Commissioner, National Commission for Refugees, Migrants, IDPs and Stateless Persons, Safia Umar Farouk, says the federal government is committed to giving internally displaced persons a new lease of life and ensure that communities ravaged by insurgency are rebuilt soon. The commissioner stated this when she visited the site of the accidental airstrike in Ran, Kalabalge Area Council in Borno State, and also assessed medical facilities in some IDP camps. Abubakar Mohammed Musa reports.
Person Sadia Umar Farouk was received on arrival by the commander, 105 Composite Group, Nigerian Air Force Maiduguri, who is also the Air Component Commander, Operation Lafia Dole Air Commodore Charles O, before proceeding to the Nigerian Air Force Emergency Hospital at Dalori Camp. Conducting the Federal Commissioner around the various wards of the hospital, Commanding Officer Medical Center 105 Composite Group Maiduguri, Wing Commander Solomon Irmiya, informed her of the services rendered to IDPs, where she expressed satisfaction with the quality of work and facilities on ground. Sadia Umar Farouk told the IDPs to consider their predicament as temporary, noting that government is concerned about their plight, particularly the issue of resettling displaced persons, and commended the Nigerian Air Force for providing the needed medical care to the people. While in Bama local government, Sadia Umar Farouk expressed her commission's willingness to contribute immensely towards rebuilding Bama. The commissioner expressed delight for seeing IDPs taking lessons in various classes in the camp, where she spoke to them on the significance of education. The commander, 21 Armored Brigade Bama, Colonel Adamulaka, later took the federal commissioner round the Nigerian Air Force Emergency Hospital Bama to assess facilities and condition of patients.
We are really very impressive with the level of commitment of the Nigerian military. It's not just about even securing our land. You know, they are offering such humanitarian services.
It is very important to feel very closely the suffering of those poor people who are here.
Shortly after returning to Maiduguri, the federal commissioner commiserated with victims of Kalabalgi accidental airstrike who are receiving treatment at the state specialist and Nigerian Air Force Hospital, Maiduguri. Sadia Umar Farouk had also called on the Emir of Bama, where she conveyed the federal government's heartfelt sympathy over the series of unfortunate incidences in Borno. The Emir of Bama, Kari Umar El-Kanemi, appealed to the commission to look into the issue of IDPs living in residential areas. In Maiduguri, Abubakar Muhammad Musa, NTA News.
Following the recovery of treasure trove of materials from the decimated Boko Haram, the federal government has called on the media and the general public to be vigilant, alerting that the decimated group has shifted its strategy towards dominating the media space, propagating a perverted version of Sharia law and giving the impression that it is still held in territory. In a statement, the Minister of Information and Culture, Alhaji Lai Mohammed, urges the general public and the media to ensure that they do not unwittingly provide the terrorists with the oxygen of publicity that they desperately need. He said the propaganda strategy was discovered from the materials left behind by Boko Haram terrorists after they were routed from their last stronghold in Sambisa. The materials include documents, phone, and computers that contain detailed information on the Boko Haram media and propaganda strategy. Alhaji Lai said the recovered materials confirmed the announcement of a new media wing called Wadi Baya, meaning clear speech by Boko Haram, in an audio released by the group on the 17th of January 2017 following its routing from Sambisa. The former Minister of State for Defense and a chieftain of the People's Democratic Party, Alhaji Murtala Shehu Eradua, has commended the feat achieved by the Nigerian armed forces in the fight against insurgency. He stated this at a media forum in Abuja. Abdullah Garba bin Nkuru reports.
It was an online session put together by Katsina State Leadership Forum, the mentor used for generational growth. The former minister, who described leadership under the current global economic situation as tasking, called on Nigerians to contribute their quota for the present administration to succeed.
It will be difficult for anybody to run a government in this current situation. Yes, there needs to be patience. See how we can develop our agriculture, see how we can develop the mining, because if we do that, we are also going to get as much income as we're doing from the oil and gas. It's mining basically as well. So,
Alhaji Murtala Eradua said government needs the support from the private sector, while there should be the needed synergy between the security operatives in fighting crimes in the land.
In any situation you have, any security agency cannot work on its own. You need the citizenry to be involved. You need information to work on.
The former Minister of State served between 2010 and 2011 under the Jonathan administration. In Abuja, Abdullahi Garba Kudu, NTA News.
The All Progressives Congress in the Northwest geopolitical zone has thrown its weight behind the 7 governors in the geopolitical zone for their collective efforts to entrench durable peace and the promotion of economic integration of the geopolitical zone, and also pledged total loyalty to President Buhari's administration. In a 12-point communique at the end of a one-day stakeholders meeting in Katsina, the APC condemned in strongest terms the rumor peddled over President Buhari's vacation in the United Kingdom. Aminu Ishaq Abbas has details.
The one-day meeting, presided over by the party's National Vice Chairman Northwest, Edo University, was attended by elected political office holders and the party faithful from the 7th state of the zone. It was convened to discuss the fortunes of the party, provide an avenue for stakeholders to interact, share ideas on how to support the 3 tiers of government to deliver in their campaign promises. The participants advocated internal democracy, party unity and cohesion with a view to solidifying party base. Governor Aminu Bello Masali said APC is working stronger, hence the need for elected political office holders under its banner to do more. The Vice Chairman Northwest, Edo University, said the party is gaining ground in other parts of the country, which projected as strong and vibrant. He urged party supporters in the zone to remain loyal and firm to President Muhammadu Buhari and the other elected officials under the party at all levels to change the fortunes of electorates. Consensus among the participants is that there must be a synergy between the party leadership at the zonal level and the members of the national and state assemblies, ministers, head of government ministers, to ensure implementation of APC program. They found at the recent attacks on President Muhammadu Buhari by some disgruntled element which did not wish the country and the president well. In Katsina, Amini Shakabas, NTA News.
The wave of attacks on oil and gas installations in the Niger Delta region has drawn the attention of stakeholders on the need to end crimes related to the sector. Minister of Niger Delta Affairs, Usani Uguru Sani, says the ministry is optimistic of achieving zero tolerance on the matter with the determination of all concerned. Tesi Justin Besson has the report.
Criticizing militancy activities within the region, ranging from pipeline vandalism, bunkering, kidnapping and communal clashes, the minister stressed the need for individual and government effort in order to restore sanity. He disclosed that strategic measures are in place to rescue the area from further destruction, as well as various programs to engage the youth.
We will no longer have discordant tunes of development efforts because functioning independently has reasonably amounted to abandonment of projects, but right now from a common pool, we can hold particular agencies or persons responsible.
Interested parties were of the resolve that adequate infrastructural development is the hands-on solution to end restiveness.
The Ministry of Petroleum did set itself a target this year of having a near-zero militants, but it's going to require a lot of collaborative work, and I'm sure it's an incremental development.
The meeting was attended by chief executives in the oil and gas sector. Tessie Justin Bisong, NTA News.
Inspector General of Police Ibrahim Idris has inaugurated the upgraded 24-hour Interpol connectivity that enables frontline officers checkmate criminal activities within and outside the country real time. Edo Justice reports that Interpol National Central Bureau is located at the force headquarters, Abuja.
The refurbished Interpol I-247, according to the Inspector General of Police, is extended to other law enforcement agencies, ministries and departments to access Interpol database in tracking down crimes in real time.
Keen into the concept, such partnership will allow us to achieve greater results in ridding off criminals from our society and allow for influx of trade and investments in the country.
Taking IGP round, Commissioner of Police Interpol, Olusola Subaru, and Chikwe Denze said the project, which was to cost $14 million, get done through public-private partnership at no cost to the federal government. Olusola said the world is grouped into 4 regions for easy monitoring.
At the Interpol headquarters, there are databases of criminals, of stolen documents, work of arts, and so on. So for us to access it, you need the I-247.
The beginning of the use of the instrumentality for security in Nigeria.
With the upgrade, police say they are now a step ahead of criminals, as it takes just 30 to 60 seconds to access their database. From the force headquarters, Edo Justice, NTA News.
There is now a renewed drive to ensure greater access to legal representation for Nigeria's awaiting trial inmates, and in the process, decongest the nation's prisons. This is coming through a collaboration between the Foreign and Commonwealth Office of the British government, the Prisons Welfare Reform Action of Nigeria, PRAWA, and Nigeria's Legal Aid Council. Femi Okewo reports on this collaboration.
The statistics are now well known that about 75% of the population of prison inmates in Nigeria are still awaiting trial. Everyone in the justice sector agrees that this is not acceptable to the country, but very little has been achieved over the years in terms of the reduction of this percentage. That does not, however, stop the efforts by those who have a stake in the process. One of such efforts is the collaboration between PRAWA and the Legal Aid Council of Nigeria, both of which came together in a meeting in Abuja to strategize for the purpose of creating more legal access for awaiting trial inmates.
With this intervention, we want to help to address this challenge and then lower the number of awaiting trial persons in prisons today. Today, you see that many of the prisons are overstretched.
Every citizen who cannot afford a lawyer has the government's backing to free representation, because the model is that the federal government pays the lawyers and they offer free service.
Dr. Uju Agomo stood in for the foreign donors to the project.
The second is also looking at different intervention, both legal, which will involve both the paralegals, but also lawyers, to provide services that will help reduce dispute, including connecting with different justice sector institutions to make sure that that is dealt with.
In Abuja, Femi Okeowo, NTA News.
Nigeria's Senate has stressed its determination to assist in creating institutions that will develop qualified manpower aimed at facilitating transportation of goods and services worldwide. This was contained in a message of the President of the Senate at the opening of a public hearing on tertiary institution and TED fund for 2 maritime universities, presented on his behalf by the Senate leader, Ahmed Lawan. National Assembly correspondent Wazir Zayanu has details.
The public hearing is for the consideration of 2 different but interrelated bills. The first bill is for an act to establish the Maritime University of Nigeria, Okirenkuku, while the second one is for an act to establish the Marine University, Oron. The Senate President's message further indicated that the universities would be of great importance to Nigeria's marine in particular and technological advancement in general.
The benefits of establishing these 2 universities cannot therefore be overemphasized. They range from providing massive employment opportunities for our youth to saving billions of dollars in foreign exchange, as Nigeria would no longer have need to ferry her citizens abroad for maritime-related education.
Chairman Senate Committee on Tertiary Institutions and TED Fund, Barrow Jibrin, said establishment of the institutions will also assist in developing the economy of Nigeria.
As each will lead to the production of adequate manpower for our maritime industry, which shall result in placing the sector as another huge revenue area for their country.
In the meantime, Cross River State National Assembly caucus has called on the executive to transmit name of Justice Samuel Walter Onoge to the Senate for confirmation as Chief Justice of Nigeria. Addressing Senate correspondent on Tuesday, the caucus said Justice Onoge is eminently qualified to occupy the position, pointing out that he has earned it through decades of hard work, profound postulations, and untainted integrity.
The continuous delay of the President to forward the name of Honorable Justice Samuel Walter Onoge to the Senate for confirmation without any lawful and constitutional cause has brought the issue of the independence of the judiciary and security of 10 of judges to doubt and public discourse.
The caucus pledged to continue to work for and desire a united, peaceful and progressive Nigeria. It will be recalled that Justice Onoge has been in acting capacity as Chief Justice of Nigeria. From the National Assembly, Wazir Zayanu, NTA News.
President Muhammadu Buhari has condoled the Minister of Youth Development and Sports, Solomon Dalum, over the death of his wife, Briskila. The president, in a telephone call, urged the minister to take solace in the testimonies of those who knew his late wife closely and spoke on her exemplary life. Similarly, the acting president, Yemi Osinbajo, has also contacted the minister and extended his condolences. Mrs. Briskila Dalum passed away over the weekend. Before we go to our next break, we wish to sincerely apologize that the Federal Commissioner, National Commission for Refugees, Migrants, IDPs, and Stateless Persons' name is Sadia Umar Farouk and not Safia Umar Farouk, as we earlier announced. You can watch this news live online via the NTA mobile app, which you can download on your Android device at the Google Play Store or at the Apple Store if you use devices with iOS. Still to come, Nigeria breaks through in technology to improve quality of the electoral process. Details when we return. Don't go away.
From what we have seen, we have the capacity which we can rapidly develop or feed in ourselves. If we don't import rice, we stop importing coal and other grains, Nigeria will have plenty of money to invest into developing industries, especially manufacturing, textiles and so on, and develop iron and steel, and complement the infrastructure development. So really, the opportunities are virtually limitless, and we are very, very aware of this, and we are prepared to exploit it to the fullest.
Get the best deal in town. Glo is giving away 4G LTE smartphones absolutely free. Get this super stylish 4G LTE smartphone free when you buy a 48,000 Naira data bundle. This stunning 4G LTE smartphone free when you buy a 60,000 Naira data bundle. Or this state-of-the-art 4G LTE smartphone free when you buy a 75,000 Naira data bundle. The ideal phones for 4G, 3G and 2G. Plus, with Glo, you always enjoy 4G for the same price as 3G. Hurry to the nearest Glo World for the best deal in town. Welcome to the new speed of life.
Hello?
Welcome to the M6 Challenge. Using your new Gioni M6, carry out everything on that list. Starting now. Get to the door. Congratulations, you have passed the test.
Gioni M6 with a 5,000 milliampere battery that lets you go on for 2 days on a single charge.
Gioni M6, always in power.
The Tony Elumelu Foundation's $100 million entrepreneurship program is empowering Africa's next business leaders. 10,000 entrepreneurs, 54 countries. Become a Tony Elumelu entrepreneur. Apply now.
The Center for Islamic Studies, Usman Danfodio University, Sokoto, in conjunction with the Kwara State Musabaka Committee, invites the general public to the formal opening of the 31st National Quranic Recitation Competition, holding in Ilorin, the Kwara State capital. The opening ceremony will hold on the 3rd of February 2017, Jumada Al-Wal, 1438 AA, venue, Metropolitan Square, Ilorin, Kwara State, time, 10 a.m. prompt. Chief guest of honor, the President, Federal Republic of Nigeria, Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR. Special guest of honor, the Senate President, Senator Dr. Abubakar Bukola Saraki, CON, Chivels, the Executive Governor of Kwara State, Alhaji Dr. Abdul Fattah Ahmed. Royal Chief Guest of Honor, the Sultan of Sokoto, Alhaji Muhammad Saad Abubakar III, CFR. Royal Host, the Emir of Ilorin, Alhaji Dr. Ibrahim Zulu Gambari, CFR. Chairman of the occasion, the Emir of Kano, Alhaji Muhammad Sanusi II, CON. Local Organizing Committee. Announcer.
Whenever pain occurs, you want quick relief. Try new Nurofen Express. It goes to the source of pain and gets to work in under 15 minutes. That's why Nurofen Express delivers fast and effective relief. New Nurofen Express works at the source of pain. Fast.
Being a mom is great, but when your child has a fever, you don't know what to do. I trust Nurofen for Children to take care of my child's pain and fever.
Effective relief you can trust.
The Federal Road Safety Corps wishes to remind the motoring public, especially commercial vehicle operators and drivers, that the commencement date for the enforcement on the installation of speed limiting device and calibration to stipulated speed is 1st February 2017. This is in line with the agreement reached with all stakeholders. Any commercial vehicle arrested without the device from the enforcement date will be impounded and made to install the device before the vehicle is eventually released, apart from the fines to be paid. Please assist to crush the crash by installing your speed limiting device now. Let's together make our roads safer. Management. Announcer.
The Future Assured project and its components, Get Involved, initiated by the wife of the President, Her Excellency Aisha Muhammadu Buhari, is not relenting in championing the cause of Nigerian women and children. Its provision of free medical screening, educational support, and the fight against malnutrition, especially in the Northeast, has indeed informed international recognition, partnerships, and awards.
We are very grateful and appreciative for your wonderful gesture you have accorded to us.
With Future Assured, Nigerian women and children are assured of a bright future.
Future is assured when we join hands to promote the health of our women and children. Get involved.
Get involved and support the Future Assured initiative. Future Assured, promoting and protecting the lives of Nigerian women and children.
Thank you for remaining with NTA Network News. A breakthrough has been achieved by Nigeria with the local production of an electronic voting machine geared towards making elections in the country less problematic. The device was produced by the National Agency for Science and Infrastructure, NASENI. Speaking at the presentation of the machine, the Minister of Science and Technology, Dr. Ogbonnaya Onu, reiterates the determination of parastatals under the ministry to develop technological concepts that can provide solutions to the nation's challenges. Correspondent Karen Omayo reports.
Credibility of elections in Nigeria has been the bone of contention since the return to democracy in 1999. The quest for credible and hitch-free polls led to the adoption of card-reading device used in recent elections in the country. In pursuit of local content initiative, Dr. Ogbonnaya Onu directed NASENI to develop indigenous electronic voting machine using its artificial intelligence facility at the Electronic Development Institute, LD, in Awka, Anambra State.
This solar-powered electronic voting machine is very important because it will help us to have free and fair elections. It will also help us to conduct all our elections on the same day, as is done in many advanced countries of the world.
Director General of NASENI, Professor Mohammed Sani Haruna, explained that the voting machine is tamper-proof, solar-powered, with cloud-based election result collation system, which will address the nation's electoral challenges.
The solar-powered electronic voting machine with cloud-based election result collation system is developed using cloud-based computing.
The new voting machine has provision for real-time election result, diaspora voting, and incorporates facial recognition, radio frequency identification device options, in addition to thumbprinting. Kirian Umayo, NTA News.
Minister of Industry, Trade and Investment, Dr. Okechukwu Eyina Enalama, has assured investors and indigenous manufacturers that government is not contemplating the reversal of the Nigerian Industrial Revolution plan. He stated this at a media briefing in Abuja. Abdullahi Suleiman Iyaji reports.
The federal government's drive to further boost economic growth in the country through the Trade Facilitation Agreement informed the need for the media poly by the Ministry of Industry, Trade and Investment to communicate efforts at attracting investment, which will stimulate growth and create wealth.
There was a time when, particularly in 2006, where there was some crisis of confidence over sort of the issue of understanding the policies of government, including policies around monetary, fiscal, and structural policies. But I believe that one of the reasons why it's important to communicate where we stand, and it's because of that reason that people, so they can understand and plan. So we have a policy in place already, the Nigeria Industrial Revolution Plan. The reason why we said we will implement this plan when we came is to send a very strong signal that there is no policy reversal being contemplated.
Another thing that we're trying to do now is to show our SMEs and their programs that they're doing. So to this extent, we hope to go to South Africa in March for the Global Entrepreneurship Congress. We've been invited to go, and we're going to take up a whole pavilion for the Made in Nigeria initiative.
The Minister of Industry, Trade and Investment, Okechukwu Enalama, underscored the importance of the Trade Facilitation Agreement, which Nigeria signed last year, to include simplifying trade, elimination of barriers, and ease of custom clearance for exports. In Abuja, Abdullahi Suleiman Iyaji, NTA News.
Wife of the President, Aisha Muhammadu Buhari, has inaugurated a borehole at Gofinda village in Jiwa community in the Federal Capital Territory. The wife of the President, who was represented at the presentation of the borehole, noted that the gesture was to improve the general welfare of the people in the community. State House correspondent Aliyu Kabir reports.
Residents of Gofinda village in Jiwa community of the FCT expressing their happiness over the presentation of a borehole by the wife of the President, Aisha Muhammadu Buhari, through her project Future Assured. Inaugurating the project, the wife of the President, represented by the former Deputy Governor of Plateau State, Pauline Thailand, said the gesture was to cushion the effect of their hardship and to address the challenge of lack of potable drinking water in the area.
I call on them to ensure that they protect this borehole for future generation. And they will be the vanguards that will be the eyes of the community protecting it.
The beneficiaries expressed their happiness with the gesture. In Abuja, Aliyu Kabir, NTA News.
6 local governments in Adamawa State have been selected to benefit from the first phase of the federal government's social safety net coordinating program. Yusuf Jika has details of the launch in Adamawa.
The National Social Safety Net Coordinating Office, NASCO, of the Office of the Vice President, in partnership with Adamawa State Government, came to terms on community-based targeting identification of the poor and vulnerable in the society for various intervention schemes of the present administration. At the flag-off of the 3-day training for the benefiting local governments, the National Coordinator, Social Safety Net Coordinating Office, Peter Popka, said the federal government has worked out modalities to champion the cause of poor and vulnerable to be functional and productive members of the society. He said NASCO has designed a unique platform in carrying out its functions for both immediate and long-term interventions.
Having identified these as challenges, the federal government took the bold step of saying that we need to begin to do things differently.
Governor Muhammad Umar Jibrilla, represented by his deputy, Martins Nasir Babale, commended the giant stride of the federal government at building the social well-being of the people and expressed the state government's unallowed support to the program to succeed.
I want the trainees to be more than serious on this program. Make sure you have the knowledge to identify these poor people.
Secretary to Adamawa State Government, Umar Bender, lauded the initiative and called for its sustenance for the betterment of the poor and vulnerable groups. In Yola, Yusuf Jika, NTA News.
House of Representatives Committee on Information, Ethics and National Orientation has expressed its commitment, determination and total support towards repositioning the NTA Television College, Jos, to meet the best standards. The members made it known on an oversight visit to the college. Yusuf Umar has details.
Established 37 years ago with the aim of providing professional training for NTA staff across the country, the NTA Television College has also metamorphosed to a degree-awarding institution in affiliation to Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria, where students are exposed to the rudiment and practical knowledge of television broadcasting. Briefing members of the committee, Executive Director, Training and Capacity Building Ibrahim Damisa and Rector of the college, Dr. Barnabas Bam, says for effective training and service delivery to Nigerians in this digital era, the one and only television college in West Africa need to be equipped with the state-of-the-art facilities so that students of the college can get the very best they deserve.
Placement of facilities when impacting knowledge on a daily basis. Cameras are undergoing transformation. And as these facilities are undergoing transformation, we as human beings have to transform.
NTA Director General Malam Yakub Ibn Muhammad says repositioning the NTA Television College to meet up with the best standard is what he gives priority to.
Since I came on board as the Director General of the NTA, I and my colleagues in management have been putting our heads together with a view to repositioning the television college in order for it to meet the expectations of responsible fathers.
Some of the members spoke on how best the college can realize its potentials and sustain itself amid scarce resources.
This is a challenge for every one of us here, that we must contribute our own quota to make sure this college survives.
I want to suggest that the committee form a small subcommittee to sit with the management of this college, to listen to them, to share ideas on how to properly fund this place.
Members of the committee were taking around some facilities used for student practical at the college. In Jos, Yusuf Umar, NTA News.
The Federal Road Safety Corps, FRSC, says it is set for full enforcement of the installation of speed limiting device in commercial vehicles scheduled to begin nationwide on Wednesday. Spokesman of the Corps, Bizi Kazim, told newsmen in Abuja that the sector and field commands of the agency have been fully mobilized for the exercise, with other security agencies on standby to provide support. He stated that mobile courts have also been set up nationwide for the purpose, adding that defaulters will be made to pay fines. Bizi Kazim said the high rate of involvement of commercial vehicles in road traffic crashes across the country informed the need to begin the enforcement with them. Citing FRSC statistics, he said that commercial vehicles accounted for more than 50% of the total number of vehicles involved in road crashes across the country. In discipline in the police force, AIG Zone 2 to the rescue. Details with Ademola Adewe in Lagos. Demola, over to you.
Thank you, Kudu. Good evening and a warm welcome to Lagos. The Nigeria police has read a riot act against corruption and misconduct among officers and men of the force. AIG Zone 2, Kayode Aderanti, while on operational tour of the Lagos State Commands, said any officer found culpable will be punished. Abolade Salami has the report.
Sequel to the Inspector General of Police mandate of repositioning the police and zero tolerance for corruption, as well as indiscipline among officers and men of the Nigerian police, AIG Zone 2 Lagos, Kayode Aderanti, while addressing officers and men of the Lagos Command, said the issue of cultism and kidnapping, which in recent time is on the increase in the state, must be nipped in the bud. Hence the proactiveness and more of intelligence gathering of officers in order to rid Lagos of crime and criminality.
We cannot fold our arms and watch cultists destroy our communities. We must stand up to them, take up our responsibilities, and make sure their effrontery and bravado is reduced to the barest minimum.
He frowns at the professional conduct of some officers who engage in illegal duty or abscond from duty post, saying henceforth any act of misconduct will not be condoned. AIG Aderanti also used the gathering to appeal to all officers and men residing at dilapidated police barracks to vacate the buildings in order to prevent further loss of lives of officers. Earlier, the Commissioner of Police, Lagos State Command, Fatai Owosheni, assured the AIG of the command's readiness to ensure a secured Lagos.
Before you are actually the foot soldiers of the police. They are the officers that make things work in the command.
The meeting availed other rank and file the opportunity to bear their minds on pressing issues. In Lagos, Abolade Salami, NTA News.
The Controller General of Customs, Colonel Hamid Ali, says the service will resume 100% physical examination of goods coming into the country. The Customs Controller General said this while showcasing the 661 pieces of pump-action rifles intercepted by officials and by officers and men of the Federal Operations Unit, Zone A, Ikeja, Lagos. Musa Toliat has the details.
The Controller General of Customs explained that the decision to resume 100% physical examination is due to breakdown of scanners at the seaports and border commands. Due to paucity of funds, he said, it will take a while for the scanners to be replaced. This, he noted, may slow down the process of clearance at the ports and border commands
and appealed to importers and agents to show understanding.
Because of the unavailability of scanners, we have now compelled our officers to ensure it will be long, it's not going to facilitate trade as we want it, but for security of this country, we will rather go through the pains of painstakingly every container at a time. Because if we have done everything diligently, probably this would not have left the port.
The Comptroller General also said the consignment originated from China but came through Turkey in order to cause distraction. He spoke further on the number of customs officers arrested in connection with the release of the consignment from Apapa port.
I have ordered that everybody that has anything to do with this document that brought in this should be arrested. Those whose names appear so far on the paper are two, but there are other people who handle. So that's why I gave this blanket. I said everybody that has anything to do with this clearance must be arrested and investigated.
In Lagos, Musa Tolia, NTA News.
You're still on to NTA Network News. It's now time to take some messages. We'll be back shortly. Stay with us.
Welcome, sir.
Hey, Auntie, well done. Rice and stew day, correct. I beg, give me one plate. No put meat or fish, just make them 200 naira only. Sister, no vex, nah, only 200 naira I get.
Relax, sir. Enjoy your meal.
Don't worry, Oga. This one a bonus, on top bonus. Just like the kind bonus when you get when you buy Etisalat.
Buy your Etisalat SIM today. Recharge 200 naira and get 1,400 naira instant. Don't forget, say all your other recharges will still they give you 250% bonus.
Oh boy, show sharp. No, I will pass this one. Oh.
Etisalat, now you're talking. Stay closer for longer. 12 hours of fresh breath with close-up deep action. Nigeria's #1 toothpaste, now in a new look. Your antiseptic liquid kill the germs that cause flu, diarrhea, typhoid. Dettol does. Dettol provides 10 times more protection versus leading competition. So why take a risk with your loved ones?
Cubes are here.
And the flavor is up to 3 times meatier.
3 times?
Yes.
Fun. I can't wait to start cooking.
Joyce, what special flavor do you put in your stew? And how come you're always having so many customers?
It's the Knock Cube, so the Knock Cube flavor is up to 3 times meatier. Taste some.
I think I'll have some more.
Taste the Knock difference with up to 3 times meatier flavor.
Germs are tiny creatures that cause some cavities. The toothpaste is a sword. They remove the germs from our mouth. Mom and Dad can forget to brush their teeth because they're busy. If the germs destroy my mommy and daddy's teeth, I'll be very sad. I'm going to teach them how to brush their teeth. Brush your teeth to make it clean with your mommy and daddy. I love you so much, so you must brush your teeth morning and night.
Hello? Welcome to the M6 Challenge. Using your new Geoni M6, carry out everything on that list. Starting now. Get to the door. Go! Congratulations, you have passed the test. Gioni M6 with a 5,000 milliampere battery that lets you go on for 2 days on a single charge. Gioni M6, always in power.
Thank you for remaining with NTA Network News. The National Universities Commission has given approval to the Edo State University to run a College of Medicine and many other programs in the institution. Vice Chancellor Professor Emmanuel Aluyo told correspondent David Irie that the university has one of the best higher education facilities in the country.
Owned Edo University Iyamo Uzaire, which opened for academic activities in March last year, has set a standard for other public tertiary institutions with world-class facilities to meet the needs of parents who may want to take their children and wards overseas for studies. Professor Aluyo, who expressed delight over the NUC approval, disclosed that the ongoing admission into the institution has been extended by 1 week to enable parents who were initially skeptical about the accreditation of the programs register their children. He said the university has put in place various facilities, including well-equipped science laboratory, high-standard engineering workshop, temperature-regulated classrooms, and well-designed hostels for all the students.
We have approvals to run a College of Medicine. Here we will award the MBBS degree. We have approvals for a Faculty of Law, Faculty of Engineering, consisting of 5 departments.
On the promise by the immediate past governor of the state, Adams Oshomole, to create a scholarship program for indigent students, the Vice Chancellor said arrangements are being put in place for the constitution of a scholarship committee to manage the program. Professor Aluyo assured Nigerians that despite the claim that the university is the most expensive public higher institution in the country, value will be given for every kobo paid. In Iyamo Uzaire, David Irie, NTA News.
House of Representatives Committee on Petroleum Resources Downstream has commended the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation, NNPC, for its seamless supply of petroleum products during the last Yuletide and the New Year festive period. This was at an interactive session with top management of the corporation in Abuja. The committee, led by the chairman, Joseph Akinlaja, urged NNPC management to continue to work hard and ensure uniformity in prices of petroleum products. NNPC Group Managing Director, Dr. Mekantibaru, who was represented by the Chief Operating Officer, Downstream, Henry Ikem Obi, commended members of the House Committee for their support to the NNPC. He assured the relevant government agencies will be alerted to take appropriate actions on the disparity noticed in products prices in parts of the country. Up ahead, global tidbits, sports news, and tomorrow's weather forecast. Don't go away.
Pension benefits for public officers at state and federal levels and matters arising. This is the focus on NTA Tuesday Live this week. Tuesday Live, informative, interactive, and engaging. Don't be told. Join us.
My nut cubes are here.
And the flavor is up to 3 times meatier.
3 times?
Yes.
I can't wait to start cooking.
Joyce, what special flavor do you put in your stew? And how come you're always having so many customers?
It's the nut cube, so
No?
the nut cube flavor is up to 3 times meatier. Taste some.
I think I'll have some more.
Taste the Knorr difference with up to 3 times meatier flavor.
The production, distribution, and sale of counterfeit and fake drugs is a corrupt practice and a crime against humanity. This has informed several measures and strategies to combat fake drugs, including introduction of anti-counterfeiting cutting-edge technologies to detect fake drugs on the spot. These technologies are being deployed to all the states across the Federation, as well as the internally displaced people's camps. The President, Muhammadu Buhari, and his team are committed to this fight.
The federal government of Nigeria, in line with its anti-corruption agenda and posture, will fight a total war against fake drugs and other unwholesome regulated products in order to ensure that Nigerians remain healthy and well.
Lend your support and join NAFDAC to rid the country of fake drugs and unwholesome regulated products. NAFDAC, safeguarding the health of the nation.
Chimdema NWC has the global tidbits.